Right. Okay, we will begin this session. We were doing about the filters in Unix, and we have started the grep, right? And we were about to go through the regular expression, basic regular expression, and extended regular expression. We'll go through an example through all these things. And the document is made available in a Google class. You people can refer to all those things. Right. Now let's get into this. This is the document that I have made it available in a Google class. You can refer it. So we have started going through the grep command, and in the last class we have completed the touch command. Okay, please go through all these things. And there is no point in simply going through the command like whatever that I'm doing it here, right? But you all people have to practice all the things every day and see that all your programming activity or otherwise any activity with a computer, do it in Unix operating system. That will help you a lot for the placement and also later in your career when you join industry. See, now we'll begin with the grep command, right? So as I told you, grep searches of files for the lines that matches the pattern. Here is an example. There are many examples that we will go through. Now look at that. In this example, right, grep is a command. Okay, I wanted to search a pattern I, it's a capital I, and a name of the file. So it will display all the lines, right, where the pattern capital I exists, all the line, and it will mark that particular pattern which you are searching with a red color. This is what the kind of an output that you get it. This already we have gone through. Now for all demonstration purpose, right, we will use one particular file that is, 1 minute, test.txt. Yeah, this is the file that we use for all our exercise on shell programming, right? Then awk programming, then grep, okay, all the things we use this. Now here, I wanted to search the letter T. Let's look into that. How do I do? Grep, okay, letter T, right? Then test.txt file, right? Now look at that. Wherever T is there, it will display. Okay, wherever T is there, it will display this. Right. Now again, I'll type it. Okay, please look at the difference. Grep, right? Capital T, right? Display capital T, right? Then test.txt, right? You can find the difference, right? Wherever the red color marking is there, you can find the difference with the case sensitive, right? With the case sensitive. So, but I wanted to search, okay, by ignoring the case, what is to be done? Okay, let's look at the pattern. All those things, instead of remembering, you have to practice every day-to-day activity of yours. You should do it in Unix, then you'll understand that better, right? There are many options. There are many options and patterns that we supply for the pattern which we are looking into, right? So we'll look into that. Now look at that I, ignore. Ignore the case distinction in both the patterns and the input files. Now let's look into that. So, now you can compare this example. I'll say grep, grep minus I, right? And I want to check this pattern T by ignoring the case, then test.txt here, right? So you will find that all capital letter and small letter, they are highlighted. And please remember one more thing here, that wherever this pattern is there, it will display the entire line. But I don't want to display the entire line. What to do? Okay, you need to do search, right? Search options that is available. We'll go through that, right? So all these things, instead of remembering that one, so you need to practice that, right? So is that clear, that ignoring the case, right, how to do it? Himarashmi?
Yes, sir.
Manoj is there? Manoj? He just called me? Right. So Himarashmi, I'll go ahead with the next one. Right? I'll go ahead with the next one. Himarashmi,
Yes, sir.
I understand that when you have implemented ls-l incompletely. Am I right?
Yes, sir. I do not know, sir, whether the method I have done is correct, sir.
Right. It is matching with the ls command, ls minus l command.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tomorrow we have a class, Tomorrow at what time we have a class?
10:30, sir.
10:30. Okay. Keep your program ready. Convert that into PDF file so that you can do marking better, right? And explain about that. The time slot will be given to you, and you will be explaining about the ls minus l implementation completely. Right? Is it okay, Himarashmi?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And you have to explain the program, you have to explain all the system calls used, right? And you have to explain the complete program, how you have captured different information from different system calls, how you assembled that, how you have navigated directory, and ls minus l equivalent of that you have done it. The output should be same as ls minus l. All that explanation you'll be giving, including the library that is being used there. Library, declarations, system calls, all input parameters, all return values, right? Making the code robust, that we explain about that, right? Reading, the return value of every system call and taking appropriate action for that. Everything will be explaining about that. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that you will be doing tomorrow. That's an assignment to you, right? Okay, now coming back to our routine work, right? Is it okay? Minus I, grep minus I. In fact, okay, this kind of teaching is not supposed to be done. I told you yesterday, right? So the task of learning grep, okay, sit for a day and all, learn all the options, all possibilities, right? The way that I'm showing to you, and prepare your own notes and start using every day. Okay, that will help you. Right, now let's look into that. Okay, what all other things? Now here, right, grep, okay, the pattern which you are going to search, that is I, then look at that upk.temp is one file and rpk.temp is another file, right? So you can search the particular pattern in different files also, you can mention, right? Now what happens is, okay, I told you that grep, it will display the complete line and it will highlight the pattern in that line with a red color. So now when you use multiple files, okay, that line is preceded by the name of the file and then colon. Got it? Right? So I will not try this, right? It's a common sense. You can understand that. So I'm here, this pattern is from upk.temp, the first file here, right? And again, right, you find the pattern I here, this is from the same file. Look at that, I'm here again, there is another file, right, rpk.temp, from that it will display. So every line is preceded by the name of the file where it finds that particular pattern. So you can search the pattern in more than one file also, right? So you try that. I think beyond this I should not cover here. Is it okay? Anybody? Right. The floor is open. Right. You people can put your questions in the chat box, and CR Simaram, Shmi and Manoj, they will read that one. But this is straightforward. I don't think that you have any doubt at this stage. Is that clear? Himarashmi?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Right? They're all simple. You need to practice it. And it's not that I should not tell like this also. It doesn't make sense at all in learning. But okay, let me complete the formalities. Right, now look at that. There's something, an option called minus V. Even when you read the meaning of that one, you'll understand, and you should be in the position to understand and work on that. So look at that, invert the sense of matching to select, okay, non-matching lines. Minus V is specified by POSIX. POSIX standard already we mentioned in our classes, right? In previous classes, right? So invert the sense of matching, right? So let's go back, right? So see that one, cat test dot txt in this, right? Now look at that, I'm searching for the T, right? The last line, finally done is not appearing. So what I'll be doing, please look in that grep, ignoring the case sensitivity, I want to search T from test.txt. So it will display all the lines except finally done line. Look at the marking here. Except thus, all the line you find the pattern T that's available, ignoring the case. So look into this, that you will see this output except this finally done line. Now I want to invert this matching, right? Grep. Now that's how you have to refer the manual. I told you that how to refer the manual in Unix, online manual available, right? For any doubt, you refer it and do it. See, finally, how do I wanted you to prepare is that rather than remembering, you have to remember by doing every day. That is the first thing. Second thing is that if you don't remember, if any problem is given to you, you should be in the position to search properly and get a solution. Right? Ability to search, right? Ability to create a solution and give results. Right? That's what is required. Now I wanted to ignore, right? The document says that one, the not ignore, right? Just a minute. Right, invert the sense of matching, right? I want to search particular pattern, but without that, all the lines without having that pattern I wanted to display minus V, and I was searching for this T, right? You can have even, I also ignore, just a minute, right? Ignore the case sensitivity of that, right? T from test.txt. So it should display the line finally done only, which doesn't have the pattern T. Look at that, finally done, right? What is that we have done? Probably in the examination you may get for 1 mark question, right? Consider the following input, right? And what is the output? The output generated by this particular command, grep command, is dash. What exactly it produce, right? These are all simple thing. Some little complexity will be added and will be given in the examination. And please don't expect that whatever that is being covered, same thing you will get in the examination. Expecting that is wrong totally. So you should be in the position to understand, acquire knowledge, at the micro level like this, whatever we are doing. And finally, whatever the task, administrative task, in Unix operating system, that snapshot that's given in the examination, you should be able to create a solution for that and write it. Solution could be 1 line or it could be few lines, right? As far as this shell programming, org programming is concerned, org programming little lengthy, shell programming little lengthy compared to a grep kind of things, right? So you can expect many 1 mark question on this topic also, right? Himarashmi, is it clear whatever that we are doing?
Yes, sir.
And I told you that I'll be conducting one class test, MCQ type of things. And when we say it's an open book test, right, you people should understand that you are testing how much you know, how much you can do. If you take it from somebody and write the answer, you may get a marks, but you miserably fail later in when you face the interviews and all these things. So please don't do that. If nobody is monitoring you, it doesn't mean that you can submit anything. Let's not get into the mad race of getting the marks and all. I'm sorry to say that, but I wanted all my good student, you are all good student, right? You should develop, you are in the 3rd semester level, you should develop such an attitude that ethics, whatever we talk about, that is the highest priority in your life. Got it? Whether I monitor you or not monitor, right? You should be in the position to exhibit the highest level of ethics. That is what is expected. That's what we refer human value as far as the our vision statement is concerned. Please refer to that. Got it? That's. And if at all you think that your destination is getting the grades in the examination, you are totally wrong. The marks card is simply a Radhi paper. That's all. It is a gate pass, right? Once you enter into that one, your attitude, your ability, your competency, that matters. So please prepare. You are in 3rd sem, right? This is the right time. You develop yourself on the right track rather than going on the wrong path, right? Okay, fine. So let's get into our routine kind of moving to the next one. I'm showing you how exactly the self-learning you people are supposed to do it. internet is a very rich source of the information. So whatever that you want, search, look at the appropriate site, look at the appropriate document, right? Then refer it and practice that one and learn. So if you are on this particular track of self-learning, then every course will be simple for you. Every course will be simple, right? Please get into that. Now there is something, now let's look into that. I'm in the mode of self-learning. How do I learn on my own? When I look at the document, right? So every course, right, whatever may be, you practice it. Look at the extended regular expression. Okay, whenever I come across a new word, I should understand what is a regular expression. My mind should work on that. What is regular expression? Why for I use, right? And how do, few examples, how do I construct that one, right? See, when I wanted to search, I search by, specific word, say UPK. I search by specific thing, say Govind. I search by specific thing, right? Shivan Gowda, something like that, right? So you are looking for a particular thing, all right, but I don't want that, right? I wanted, right, which will begin with this, end with this, all those words which begin with this, end with this, I wanted to get into that one. How do I express this generic, pattern? This is called pattern. So regular expressions are collection of, some special characters, alphabets, right, with special meaning and all these things, so that you create a generic pattern and all the words which match that particular pattern, so that will be extracted or that will be identified or that will be highlighted depending on what tool that you use. These regular expressions heavily being used in another course called finite automaton formal language, which you'll be learning, right, in due course of time. Okay, heavily used in compiler design, right? Now I wanted to tell the variables. I want to recognize a variable used in C programming language. How do I do? I want to recognize from the input file a valid variable in C language, right? Different people use different variables. Okay, one of the variable is Govind1, Govind2, UPK1, UPK2. Can I write all these things like this? No, right? I need to, a generic, feature of a variable in C languages, it begins with, consider one hypothetical language. Okay, assume that it begins with an alphabet. Then afterwards, it may have a character or a number, right? It may not have a special, character, right? Operators, right? Pound symbol, dollar symbol, dot symbol, whatever that is, may be there, may not be there. And there may be restriction on the length of that particular thing, right? How do I express it, right? I go for regular expression, right? Regular expressions are a generic expression made up of, right, special, characters, meta characters, they're called meta characters, right? Then routine characters and all, with which you can express a generic pattern, right? The generic pattern may represent several words, okay? So property of those, all the words you will express using, right, regular expression. Are you clear about that? Himarashmi?
Yes, sir.
Right. This is an important topic. Please remember you have one complete course, Finite Automata and Formal Language, FAFL. Right? Got it. Then you have a compiler design. You will be learning Lex and Act tool. Right? So this regular expression, and also in the GATE examination, there will be several questions on regular expression. Please look into that. So this is the beginning. When you go to the next course like FAFL, compiler design, usually teacher will ask you, have you learned regular expression? People should say yes. Can you give an example? You should say yes. Can you tell what is the use of that? You should say yes, and take an active participation in the course that will be handled by the other course teacher. That is what is expected from each one of you when you learn any course, not only this Unix, right, introduction to Unix operating system. It could be any course. Are you getting this? Right? Is that clear? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Oh, thank you. Manoj, finally I could hear your voice. Right? Right. Now let's look into this. We use a term called meta character, right? These meta characters are nothing but they are special character. Okay, they have a special meaning, right? They are not the ordinary characters like alphabet A, B, C, D, something like that. No, right? They have a special meaning, right? And we will understand the meaning and we'll write a few regular expression to understand that. Got it? So let me use one tool, open it, and few introductory generic remark let me give it, and then I'll take the examples really that is required, right? 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, right? See here. See, I'll simply write a normal character A. It represents the alphabet A itself. Do you agree? This pattern, now I'm writing a pattern, right? This pattern, now consider that I have one input file. I'll say, okay, C, write A, T, cat, C-A-T, cat. When I want to recognize this A, the A is available here, right? Is that clear? Right? Got it. Now look at that. The meaning I'll extend it. This is not a meta character. This is a normal character, but is a part of the pattern which I'm expressing here, right? Which I'm expressing this side. Now look at this. I'll write A star. Now when I use a star, okay, star is not a multiplication symbol here, right? This is, okay, we call as a meta character. This is what we call a meta character. Please remember that. It has special meaning. What is the special meaning? Okay, it is nothing but 0 or more occurrence of the previous pattern, right? So when I write A star, it represents the pattern, right? Empty string, I represent that, this 0 occurrence of A, single occurrence of A, 2 occurrence of A, right? Like this, any number of occurrence, I'll simply denote, okay, like this, any number of occurrence of A of any length, right? Consecutive A's of any length, it represents 0 or more occurrence. So the meaning of the star is 0 or more occurrence. 0, right? Please look into that. Whatever I'm writing, please look into that. 0 or more occurrence. Himarashmi, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Similarly, when I look into that, I'm just giving an example. I'll see the document later, right? When I write A plus, plus is again a meta character. What is a meta character? Meta characters are nothing but, okay, the character represent having a special meaning, right? Just 1 minute, I have a call here. Okay, let me look into, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I'm taking an online class now. You call me after, okay, under half an hour, right?
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, your mic is muted, sir.
Right, thank you. Right, I'm back here. I told you the pattern A, then I told you the pattern, okay, A plus, then I told you the pattern A star. Right here, we call this, right, plus star, they're all meta character, right, with a special meaning. What is the plus? Plus says that one or more occurrence of the previous pattern. Star is 0 or more occurrence of the previous pattern. Are you getting this? Right? So like this, there are several meta characters available. We'll try to look into. Right? In a grep, we use, okay, this upper cap, right, dollar, dot, right, square bracket, star, right? Then we use a parenthesis here, flower bracket here, question mark here, plus and or this. Many symbols we use. We'll try to see the meaning of all these things, right? And construct a regular expression for that and see how it can be used in grep command, right? Now there is something called a basic regular expression BRE and extended regular expression ERE here, right? There is something they call it as a default meta character, then extended added meta character like this. Here basic one is okay, upper cap here, dollar, right, dot, square bracket, star. Later the parenthesis, opening and closing flower brackets is all later being added here. That's what they speak about that. Finally, it's all right, right? Now, okay, you have to consider a particular file. Let's look into the few examples, right? Few examples. When I say grep first test dot text, wherever first is there, it will display that. All right, we note. I need not have to type this and show to you. Right, you can use a double quote telling about the particular pattern, right? Grep, now look at that. Here, this vertical line, pipe sign, that is a special meaning. But when I use in a double quote, it is not, it loses its special meaning. It's taken as one pattern, that's okay, one alphabet as it is. So, okay, one character, sorry, as it is. So it will look for first vertical line, okay, is a pattern. A vertical line is not a meta character when I use it in double quote, right? I'll demonstrate this, wait for that, right? Then, now look at that. When I use an option minus capital E, right, with the same thing, right, first vertical line, okay, test.text, it will show wherever, it will show all the line wherever the pattern first is there, and also it will show wherever the pattern okay is there. So what is the meaning of that? Display all the lines where pattern first or the pattern okay exists. Is that clear? So tomorrow you may get a question, what is the difference between, right, this particular line and this particular line, for 1 mark question, right? It will say that, okay, the minus E option, that's what, see, look at that, with minus E option, right, what you get is this and okay, or here in this case, first and okay, they are the separate patterns. Got it? Right? So you are using the extended meta character in the pattern, whatever that is being mentioned when minus E option is being used. So let's try this. And I'll stop after that. So let's look into this, right? Cat, right? Test.txt. Now I will say that one is and done. These two pattern I want to check it. Grep, right? And a double quote is pipeline symbol, a vertical line, right? Then done in a double quote I'll complete test.txt. Observe the difference, right? So without minus capital E option, right, it will take E's vertical line done as a single word. It will not interpret this as an extended meta character, vertical line, or the pipe symbol. So you don't have any line having E's vertical line done as a one particular word as a pattern in any of the line here in this input file. So no output is printed here. But now I'll change this grep. Look at that, minus E, right? Then I'll put E's vertical line done, right, from test.txt. ಸರ್ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Now look, okay. sorry, I'm not typed it properly. Grep minus E, right, is, right, vertical line, done, right. Look at this. Now, what is that? Okay, output that you are getting is done, right? So display all the lines. Display all the lines where is pattern or done pattern is there. Look at, that's the first line and done also here. This is a kind of an output that you get it. So please try to distinguish this particular thing and this. In fact, all these things you need to practice, right? If anybody sees my video and all, okay, is the teacher teaching all these things in engineering college, doesn't make sense at all, right? I'm giving a hand holding to you, right? Remaining things you will be covering, but anyhow, I'll get into that, right? And quickly I'll be moving to the shell programming. Got it? Himarashmi, is it all right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So please refer the document and complete remaining part of that, right? That's what is expected from you, right? So here I give an example, explanation also is there. Refer the internet, okay, rich with a rich content of information, right? So minus E option instruct the grep command that search pattern contains meta characters, which were added later, okay? No case sensitivity, I told you, I, right? E is for, okay, meta character, I mean, pattern contains meta character. E is, I is ignore case. You can try. EIO, what does O stands for? By default, grep prints entire line. When you put minus O option, it prints only that particular word. Let's try this and then stop it, right? Grep, right? I can say pattern, ignore case sensitivity, right? Then T from test dot text here. See, entire line it prints. Now I use grep, ignore case sensitivity, and also, okay, minus, I mean O, it says that print only that, right? Pattern is T, test dot txt. Entire line is not printed here. Look at that, only that word. That pattern, sorry, that pattern. Is that clear? What is the difference between, right, how, I mean, different options that we are exercising here? Himarashmi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good, right? So now I have one session here, a training program, right? So I'll stop here and we'll continue tomorrow. And tomorrow Himarashmi will be taking first part of the session. Remaining things I'll be covering, right? So 1 minute. So I'll be ending my session early today because I have another session to take for all deans, HODs and all about our administrative related things, right? So I'll stop, right? So Himarashmi, Manoj, is it okay? Today, something learning, we have done it?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
It is there in the Google class. Please try that one, right? Remaining things, right? With this, I'll end the meeting.
Sir,
Hello.
sir, that theory related PPTs are there, sir. Can you upload it, sir? Those are not uploaded in Google Classroom, sir.
Okay.
Only program related PDFs are uploaded.
Okay. That I'll do it. Okay, that I'll do it. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
right. But it's better to refer the textbook and read it. Okay, we should not develop a habit that reading only PPTs. For that reason, I have not uploaded. Right? So it's better read the textbook. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay, bye. I'll end the meeting.